Hey Zeus, this is a quick demo video for you for your 7 chambers Acolyte. I just got done with it today actually. We got the ancient dragon theme on here, the etch for you that I hope I captured well. Try to show that in the camera. This is the actual shroud piece, so if you were to look at it straight up and down, hopefully you can see the dragon right there. Kind of a tribal dragon. In the background, got some flames there. Wanted a lot going on this shroud for you. And then on the opposite side of the shroud, there's a dragon going across here. Some kind of medieval, I got some medieval print right here. And then on 2 sections, here and here, you've got some just some draconic writing, which I thought was pretty cool. And then you've got on the midsection right here, this dragon. Try to show you. Alright. And then on the pommel section, you've got one big dragon, but as you can, if you look carefully, what I did was this entire handle is ribbed, right? It's got these ribs on it. So what I did is at this rib right here is where I made the second half of this dragon etch a negative etch. So you can see on this side of the rib right here, we actually etched in for the dragon, and then as you come across to this side of the rib, the dragon was left there and everything around it was etched. So I thought that gave it a nice contrast. Try to show you here. Like that, you can see the wings. And then as you get back here, it's hard to tell, but it ends at this rib right here. So this side was etched and this one was left alone. All right, so that's what we've got for the etch. This is a 2-button setup. So what you've got right here is you've got your activation button right here, and then your auxiliary button is this little guy right here. If you ever need to take this chassis out, it's held in place by a set screw that's right here. It's an 8/32 set screw. And then you'll also need to take this button and unscrew it. And when you unscrew this assembly, the whole button and everything comes apart. And then the set screw loosen, you can pull the whole chassis out. So I'll show you what I mean. I gave you a removable battery system. So here's your chassis. Removable battery. This is your negative side. This is your positive. You got a 24mm speaker in here because that's what fits into this guy. And then you can see your board, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the camera, maybe just barely. You can see your board right there. So to get to it, you may have to take this chassis out. When you take it out and slide it out, you're going to notice that you see your stock pixels in there. But on the bottom here, this is an all-in-one chassis. So your pixels, your switches, your board, everything's in one chassis. So you could actually have this thing removed, slap a battery in it, and it will work all by itself. But this auxiliary switch right here it's a T button. So it goes in from the inside, then pokes through that hole, and then there's a T head on that button that holds it in place. So that has to go in first before this chassis slides in from the back. And you'll see what I mean when if you ever take it out. I would recommend that when taking the chassis out, you try to hold this guy in a fashion that gravity keeps this button there. I've gotten a little bit of a system in putting these in because I've done a few of them by now, but if you haven't done it before, it can drive you nuts trying to get it in that hole because you got to go all the way down here with some tweezers and try to line it up right. So a bit of a pain. Just remember, try to let gravity keep that guy in. Okay, so we're going to throw a battery in here. I got a battery right here. Slide the pommel on, fits right on nicely. Go ahead and screw it in. Activation. Smooth swing. Flash on pause. Auxiliary. Hold it down for blade lockup. Now I've got a 1-inch test blade right here. It does take a 1-inch diameter blade. Don't have a full length one, but this one will do, and it will show you that everything works. So here's your blade retention right here, another 8/32 screw right there. So we're going to use that guy. Slides in nice and easy for you. It always does after a nice edge. It's not loose, it just slides in nice. I've been working on 89 sabers lately, and the blade socket is pretty tight, so it's nice to have a blade that just wants to go in. So we'll turn this light off, turn the activation on. It went to sleep on me, but there you go. Flash on flash, tap for blaster deflex, hold for blade lockup. Turn it off. Back on. Now this has an unstable blade effect on it right now. I gave you a lot of blade effects. We're going to change blade effects first, and then we'll change colors. But to change blade effects, you're going to want to hold down your auxiliary button and twist your wrist, but then keep the button held down. Keep it held down. Now you can let go of it. Now you can actually twist the hilt just like that, right? Twist it, and it'll cycle through the different effects. I'm going to try to find a solid one. There's about 21, 22 different ones on here that you can play with. There's a solid one. Then when you find one you like, just tap a button. Just like that. And then when you turn it off, it'll remember that effect when you turn it back on. There we go. Now to change colors, you want to hold down your auxiliary and twist your wrist, but then let go. Like that. Now again, you can twist your hilt and cycle through the different colors. Trying to cycle slow here so that you can see what I mean. But the whole time I'm just twisting. And you can twist either way, right? And you find something that you like, just tap the button. Just like that. Now once again, when you turn it back on, it will remember that effect in that blade color. So that is your hilt and your install and your etch. I hope that it came out the way that you wanted. Thank you for your business. I will get this packed up and in the mail to you tomorrow. Thanks, buddy.